Hey, wanna come judge my kitchen in my house? Come on in. Welcome to my late 1970s Formica kitchen, which is about to be destroyed in T-minus 7 days. So I thought that I would show you what we're working with because there's some fun, quirky things. We have a U-shaped kitchen with old appliances. The house was built in 1979, and this already has been demolished because my refrigerator broke. And I had to buy a new one. This is the inspiration. She's gorgeous. She's a Bosch.
Ooh, this is nice!
And there was a dark corner of cupboard. That's what I call it. I think that sometimes cupboards, when they're not used efficiently, like I'd get in there and I would be like essentially mummified. So this was not working. But this is our first thing we're going to talk about. The wall oven, le double. It really doesn't work, by the way. This microwave, I am wondering how it hasn't grown me like a third thumb. I'm a little afraid to use it, but I've used it a few times. The only thing that works is that, and then a start button. The rest of what's on here does not work. I have to time it on my phone. I don't really know the temperature. If I push it up to 10, she doesn't like it. She's more comfortable being a 9. And then the oven below, that thing is also not really working. Essentially, the oven that is in like the oven base, I don't know what you call it, the door is sectioning into two and is merely held together by a small screw with some aluminum foil. So we have full white Formica countertops that extend up to the wall, and we are definitely changing out the window. Our dishwasher is merely a dish rinser, not a washer. I'm the washer, she's the rinser. She is the mental idea that what I cleaned is now even more clean. So we stock her up, but we can't scrape and put it in there, which apparently that's how you're supposed to use a dishwasher. Stainless steel sink, love a stainless steel sink. No complaints there. The one thing is this is like a faucet for like a bathroom. And literally, if I push too hard, she starts to cry. I will say one thing that is actually really great about this kitchen is sort of the built-in handles on different things, so you're not banging into stuff. Now we're in the conversation pit, but it's an alone conversation pit because this is a peninsula. They kind of aren't really in fashion so much, but maybe they're coming back and maybe you've had one in your kitchen. The one thing is it's not a great environment when you have a husband who's 6'3" and you're both trying to cook. This man has like the wingspan of like a linebacker, and if I'm here and he's cutting here, we are merely way too close for comfort. And so I do actually think the peninsula is pretty cool, but the only thing is that this is the only prep space that's at your hip whatever level. You have this really cool, funky, I guess it's more of a breakfast kind of eating in nook, and there were some really, really funky like stools that came with the house that the previous owners took because obviously they're really cool. And I think it kind of would have completed the kitchen and probably would have kept me and probably inspired a different kitchen than what we're going to do. Let's get to the real challenge of the kitchen, which is actually cooking. Okay, this cooktop is like a game of leapfrog and panic. I only have one button, one thing to change the temperature on all 4 knobs. Also, I don't know why anybody designs a downdraft in the middle of the cooktop. You are going to have spillage in there. I'm constantly cleaning and making sure that that's cool. I don't mind a downdraft, but I think that the smells still rise. I talk about this thing. Okay, I didn't put this in. It's weird. I'm just gonna be real. It's kind of weird because when I'm cooking and I'm looking at myself, like there's a bit of a wave in this mirror. So like all of a sudden you're like in a fun house where like you might be making something really yummy and then you're like, did I just gain 30 pounds in 30 seconds? Or can I like eat this or should I go like make a salad? I don't like that vibe. I don't need to know. I don't need to know, okay? The final thing about this kitchen basically being in the mountains is that, and probably if you live in the city, is that we deal with mice. But the mice up here, they're not city rats. They can do parkour.
Parkour!
I don't know how,
Parkour!
but they can do parkour and jump somehow and get in here. This wasn't here when that happened. It was completely empty and they jumped in, they opened it, they went in, and then they ate an entire bag of spring sprinkles. I mean, an entire bag. I don't know what their little pellets look like in the rest of nature, but it's probably hot pink and green, and that's probably scaring off all the other animals. And we've decided to do an island for that specific reason, because I find that when things are fully sealed, less chance for them to get in. People who have islands, like, because there's no other things that are drilled, whereas you have things that are drilled for like your sink and your electricity, anything else, this is going to be literally like lockdown. So excited not to see these things. They used to be hidden in the corner monstrosity. But the thing about these garbage cans, they are literally like, every time I use them, they like back up further into the drywall. Like they're literally twerking into the wall. And I'm like, girl, you need to stop. And I'm constantly pulling them out there. So I'm very glad that they're gonna be seamlessly in their own little cute drawer. But that is the kitchen. She's funky, she's great, she's supported us. I've cooked a lot of great meals, but I'm really looking forward to not having panic. You know that they wanted my deed to my house just to get another one of these? So the reason I haven't replaced them is because I'm petty and I don't agree with that.